Welcome to Belief Busters Podcast, where we change the world one belief at a time. I'm your host, Reverend Cherie Taylor Jones, and I'm really glad that you could join us on the journey today. On our last episode of Belief Busting the Coronavirus Part 2, we spoke with Reverend Tony Bain. And what she did is she discussed reframing our belief about the coronavirus from fear to the mystical perspective of this being a transformation choice point. She suggested that we are ready from the perspective of collective consciousness to shift to our next level of evolution. We discuss what's it like experiencing the dark night of the soul, and that these phases in our lives appear when we are ready for a soul growth moment. What if, as human beings, we are ready for the next phase of evolution? Let's say the coronavirus is the catalyst for our soul's evolution. Would we then move out of fear-based beliefs and into recognizing that this phase of upheaval will bring new ways of being in the world? Perhaps you're like me, and you may be feeling lost and unsure about what to do, who do I believe, what's going to be my next steps. First, I want you to know that it's normal for you to feel this way. Our way of navigating in the world has completely been upheaved. What we consider our norms, the reality is they no longer exist. And for some, this means fighting to return to the old way of being, even if it means getting sick or making others sick. You see, they are consumed with fear. And as you and I both know, when we are in fear and fear drives us, it's difficult to be open to innovation and creation. For others, there may be a time of taking stock, realizing what's important, figuring out that the old no longer works. You may have awakened to the reality that work and life balance can be achieved, guess what? By working from home and placing you and your family as the first priority. And perhaps you've become aware that corporations have had too much control of your life in an unhealthy way. Well, now, my friends, now begins the wilderness times, as we figure out what to do next and then how to create anew. And as we walk in the wilderness, we will assess rules and regulations, both the old and the new, to determine what is it that we truly believe. Now we have a new rule that we're grappling with, and it's known as social distancing. And it means that we keep 6 feet at least apart while wearing masks and gloves. And we're told that this is vital to stopping the spread of the coronavirus. And my question to you is, what beliefs do you hold about the meaning of this rule? Maybe you think it's unnecessary. Or perhaps you think it's good for everyone. This is how we show that we care for others. Perhaps you're on the other side that says this is the collapse of our economy, that it's inconvenient, that, you know what, it's not my problem, it's somebody else's problem. Or maybe you think there's some conspiracy behind this. Or perhaps you think you are one of the special ones, that you are immune from getting the coronavirus because God has blessed you. And the reason that I ask you to really think about your thoughts regarding this rule is because what meaning we make of this rule What belief we hold is what will make this time either constrictive or expansive. My friends, we are on the precipice of great change, and we are being asked to challenge our beliefs. Do we continue to accept the systems that are in place, or do we co-create new systems in which everyone thrives? Social distancing is a new system put in place to stem the exponential spread of the coronavirus. But if we hold on to the old way of hugging and breathing on each other, many more people will get sick and possibly die. The systems in existence today have been agreed upon by many generations. And here's the thing, my friends. We have also gone into acceptance and agreement with these existing systems. And once we've learned how to navigate them successfully, it is so difficult to give up that system. If in the old system we find worth, praise, validation, abundance, to ask us to give up a system we're successfully operating within can be seen as a threat to our very survival. And it's human nature to want to be seen as successful. We will then do everything we can to uphold the status quo, even if it means others don't thrive. Let's examine our belief system in another way. I'll use the analogy of how our computers operate. We have come to realize that in order to function in our society, we must be able to operate computers quickly and effectively. And when our computers slow down, don't have the memory and storage necessary to keep pace with technological advancements, we know we must upgrade. This upgrade sometimes is as simple as downloading a piece of software that can correct the errors that we've been experiencing. However, there are times when we must get a whole new computer system because the old one just won't work for us. In each case, we must analyze and assess what needs to be changed about our computers. This same process must be done in our own lives. We also have to do this assessment to determine what's working, what's outdated, what needs upgrading or replacing. This analytical introspection happens by reviewing our belief systems. Well, today, I celebrate being home and working remotely with my hubby and pups, while wondering, what type of world am I awakening to? But through this, I am committed to examining my beliefs. You see, at this time, I accept and love all of my feelings across the infinite spectrum of humanity, because that's what I signed up for. That's part of being human, having the human experience. And because I'm not so caught up in judging whatever I'm feeling, I now have easy access to my divine nature. And this allows me to be in the frequency of love and light and to vibrate through my consciousness to find new ways of embracing this new normal. So here's the question that I really want you to think about as we start to end this series. What new belief can you create to thrive during this time? What new belief can you create to thrive during this time? For me, I can tell you a few of my own. I can tell you that the new belief I have is that I really work more effectively being in comfy clothes, being on my couch. It works really well for me. I also have a new belief that all the things that I feel across the spectrum are acceptable. I'm not here saying, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? I'm embracing the belief that there is nothing wrong with me. I also have come to believe that my planet, my fellow human beings, it's my responsibility to care for you all. And this is a really big one for me. My belief says that it's okay to allow everyone to find their next steps without judgment, without blame, without making them wrong, and that there is enough for all of us. And you know what? I'm being taken care of. So those are my beliefs, my new beliefs in thriving through the pandemic. Whatever new belief you choose, it's going to be perfect for you. And if you're happy with the beliefs that you hold now, then let them reflect in your own life by being joyous. I started off this series by talking about the Socratic quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." I'm here to tell you that is a call for us to shift from being a simple cog in the wheel to creating new ways for everyone to thrive. It asks us to question the status quo of our lives. It requires that we ask ourselves, how can we grow, create, and manifest even when COVID-19 exists? It suggests that even in social distancing, we can choose to create anew and take stock of what truly matters in our lives. Purpose-filled lives require us to occupy a consciousness of questioning our culture, our society, and the established systems that we operate within. And self-actualization demands that we discern if the beliefs we hold are our truths or the truths of our parents or society. So hear this. I celebrate who you are, each of you, in this journey of awakening consciousness. And I am looking forward to the world that we co-create together. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of belief systems. I hope this gives you permission to change your beliefs and subsequently the world. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast and leave a review wherever you listen. You can reach me at preachitsister.com, where you'll find more resources on this subject. You can book me for a private coaching session to assess your own beliefs. You could even become a guest on this podcast. Or, if you want more info on my book, Turning Your Why into Why Not, you can find it there as well. See you on the flip side.